so we can have this recording. Big shout out to Travis. I saw you just got somebody started. I told you were one on the way to hitting team consultant, and you smashed it right before the team, but right before we closed out this month, guys. But I'm super excited for tonight's call, ladies and gentlemen. You know, today's going to be a very special call. I think what we really got to do as well is we got to get this call to 50 people. Keep promoting this call. Keep letting everybody know that we're live, because today's a very special day. Today we have a very special call, guys, right? And I know some of you guys have been able, have had the honor to hear from, you know, our CVO, Mr. David Ibonitie. But today's very special, guys, because we set up a call tonight, and this is there's something magical that happens when we have late night heaters, right? I know the serious ones are on. The serious ones are on with a notebook and pen, right? The serious ones are on with their cameras on this call. Listen, we're gonna have our president. I think he's getting on here right now. I think it's only right that we show up with our cameras on. I know it's late night. I know it's 11 p.m. Eastern. I see Joshua with the notebook and pen, right? Turn those cameras on. Let's see some beautiful faces. Let's get this call to 50 plus people. We're at 46 right now. We're almost at 50. I see that he just came on here, but like I said, guys, it's a very special call because it's our very first team call, our very first call that we have him here as a special guest, right? That's going to be adding value here tonight. And I want to go ahead and pass it on to this individual. But before I do, I just want to thank him real quick. And I want to share a couple of, you know, magnificent words, incredible words about this individual. First off, he's touring all across the world. He just did an event with over 1,000 plus people in Costa Rica, guys. 1,000 plus people in Costa Rica. He flew over to Ecuador, right? Did another 1,000-person event in Ecuador. And then I found out just a little while ago, he did a morning call this morning, right, for the entire company. I mean, when I look at leadership, right, and I look at Mr. Von Tapia, right, leadership is all visual, right? If you want to take notes, write that down. Leadership is visual, and being able to see how he moves, travel from city to city, do events after events, and really be here on at 11 p.m. at night. I know it's different. It's a different time zone everywhere else, but I can tell you I'm honored not just to be a part of the company, but I'm also honored to be under your mentorship and your leadership, Yvonne. Aside from that, I've known him for a very long time now. I've been studying him, right? I've been going to his events. I know he has his 1 billion event that he does all around the world. But I remember going to my first company and going to different events and seeing him on stage. And I told myself one day, I said, I'm going to be mentored by this individual. I'm going to learn from this individual. And I know one day, right? I didn't know when it was going to be. This was in my first company. I'm like, I know I'm going to be able to work side by side with this gentleman. And I remember showing up to events even when nobody showed up on my team. I remember showing up to conventions, bringing my team to hear from this individual. And I can tell you right now, you know, it really just takes one thing, guys. It takes never giving up, right? Never giving up. 3, 4, 5 years later, guys, I'm doing my first call. This is my first call. Not only the first team call with Von Tapia, but it's my very first call alongside with Mr. Von Tapia. So I'm honored to have you here, man. I'm super excited. I see that you're here, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and make you co-host. I know you've been on the run. I know you've been running events, and I'm just super honored. I'm super grateful to be right by your side, to be under your leadership, and more importantly, to be a part of the vision of Envision You, which is to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people. So I believe you're here. Let me find you, and I'm gonna make you co-host, and you can take it away. Let's go ahead and welcome Yvonne. Let's drop some fires on the chat. Let's go ahead and welcome. Let's welcome Von Tapia the right way. Let's bring some energy. I know he's in the Latino markets, right? But let's really show the American markets right here. Let's really show him where the energy's at. Let's drop some fires on the chat box. And I'm looking for him on here. If you could raise your hand, Yvonne.
I'm here.
You're here. You're here. All right, there we go. I'm gonna make you co-host. And Yvonne, you can take it away. Grateful to be here with you and super excited to learn from you and to definitely pour into everybody that's here late night and ready for you.
All righty. Very excited to be here with all of you tonight over here. First, before getting started on this late night call, is to have everybody put some sevens in the chat. And the sevens in the chat is to give some energy of gratefulness to Mr. Anthony. I had the opportunity to meet Anthony, like he said, years ago. And I'm so proud of his growth, so proud of his results, and proud of his leadership because he is focused on the people. He focused the heart on the people, on the leaders. And that is one of the biggest and most important principles of a leader, to put the leader's hearts first. So that's exactly what he's doing. And we spoke through WhatsApp some couple of messages away, and he told me about this call, and I said, of course. And he told me the time. I was like, oh my God, these guys are amazing. I love it. These guys are late nighters. So I love it. I had calls for teams at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning. So when I see that work ethic and that level of commitment, it just makes me very excited. So congratulations to all of you. I also see Coach Anna over there. Nice to see you. Let's go. Let's go. So congratulations to everybody again, and congratulations to being on the call tonight. And it is the first month of the year. It is the kickoff month of the year. In my mind, I always tell myself, whatever day it is the best day, and whatever month it is, this is the best month. Doesn't matter what the results say. For me, in my mind, that's how I start every day and every month. That's how it is. That's what has helped me through my 15-year career. That's what has helped me going from $70,000 in debt as a civil engineer when I started this amazing industry to going those 3 years in the trenches without knowing what $1,000 a month check was. So congratulations to any of you who have overpassed what I did, because that's exactly what I went through. I always tell leaders, and I was telling some guys over here in Ecuador right now, I'm in Quito, Ecuador, and I was telling them, if you are less than 18 months in the industry, I believe it takes 18 months to develop the professional level in this industry. Just by the way, tomorrow I'll be in Miami. Wednesday I'll be in Orlando. So if you have people in Orlando or Miami, I'll be there doing presentations. And all of you guys are invited. Of course, all MBU is invited. All the prospects, whatever you guys need, I'm there. Today we want to talk about the topics and subjects that can help you guys go to the next level. All right. And, when we're about to finish off a month, which is where we are right now, we are 2 days to finish off a month. That is probably the most important zone of the month. There is the white zone, there's the blue zone, and then there's the red zone. The blue zone is the day 1 to day 10. That is when your focus is on prospecting, lead generation, talking to new people, talking to your list, expanding your list, following up on your list, whoever hasn't showed up to presentations. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't prospect new people from day 11 to day 31st, but what that matters is what that focuses, you focus more on prospecting from day 1 to day 10. You also present from day 1 to day 10 and close from day 1 to day 10, but that is not the focus on those days. Because traditionally you work today what you worked yesterday. So if you worked yesterday from day 1 to day 10, you're closing this month big time. Blue zone is day 11 to day 20. Blue zone is the zone known as the presentation zone. So that means you're doing the most amount of presentations from day 11 to day 20, massive presentations. Maybe you're doing 3, 4, 5 presentations. If you're a monster like Anthony, that's your daily, right? You're doing presentations, a lot of presentations every day. And that's the focus, you know? Today, for example, I had my first call 10:30 in the morning. I was in the live chat call. I had my first event 11:30 to 2 o'clock. I had 2 corporate calls around there. And then at 3:30, I had my first closing over here. 4 o'clock, my second closing. 5 to 6:30, my third closing. And then 7 to 8, my fourth closing. 8 to 9, my one planning. And then another last meeting from 9:30 to 10:30. And then this meeting right here. You have to give you an idea, massive action. That is what massive action means. That is a full schedule right there. They'll fill up the schedule, I went to work out 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, and that was my day, and that's the work ethic of a champion. That's the way it is. So the red zone, day 21 to the last day of the month. Red zone is when you are focusing on closing all the people who have seen the presentation. That's when you do all of the follow-ups. So right now, 29, 30, and 31st, especially right now, is when you're really, really driving the closeouts. That's when you're really giving all the follow-ups, those 3-way calls to close, those maybe the internal team promos to close, the internal edifications, whatever it is that you're doing. This massive action right now is to close out the month because you are focused on closing off the month big time. And it doesn't matter how far away are you from the next rank or from the champion. It is always possible. I want you to always feel it is possible, like Les Brown says, right? Very important. I remember a story. I'm gonna share this with you guys. I always remember the story because it was the first time I understood, not for me, but for somebody else, because I'm just driven. Like I have high expectations always, not only on me but on people, because I believe in everybody. To be honest, that's maybe something that characterizes me. Like I believe if you come to me and tell me, Ivan, I'm going diamond, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're missing some actions and whatever you're doing, I'm gonna be accountable and and I'm gonna tell you. But in reality, I will believe you. But I'm an intense guy. I love people, but I'm intense. So if you say something, you better go out and do it. Because I'm gonna get on you if you don't do it. And that's what I learned, because you know what? People were like that with me. But I'm gonna tell you this story because it reminds me of this amazing lady, amazing human being, and she was 53 years old back then. I share her age because I love her story, and it was at December 31st. And this is like 11 years ago, okay? This is when one company that I was. And right there, I was maybe making, me personally, like 80K a month or so, right there at that point in my career. So it was okay. And this lady calls me at 9 a.m., okay? 9 a.m. And the ranked over there that she wanted to achieve was Sapphire. Sapphire in that company was 14,000 in volume. And she had 3,000 in volume. And she calls me and she says, Ivan, yeah. And she said, Ivan, I'm gonna go out and close out Sapphire this month. And I said, okay, awesome. She said, what can you share with me that I need to do? And I told her, well, you got less than 24 hours, What you need to do right now is take massive action. Everybody that you've spoken to and given presentation, it is time to give massive action. It doesn't matter that it's December 31st. So my words in Spanish were ve por él, which means go and get it. That was it. Go and get it. Very simple indication, right? The instruction, go and get it. Like, don't focus on whoever says no. Focus on finding out people and finding out people for your people. That's your focus. Tomorrow you'll focus on planning with them. Tomorrow you'll focus on doing an action plan. Today you'll sign them up. That is go and get it. And I remember 2 hours later, she calls me, Ivan. I thought she was calling me for a three-way call, and she calls me, Ivan, nobody's answering me. I'm like, why are you calling me? Go and get it. Nobody's answering. You need to talk to more people. You're not gonna close it because you called me, you know. And then 2 hours later, she calls me again. I'm like, okay, this is a three-way call, and it was her by herself. I'm like, and Ivan, she's almost crying now. Ivan, I see everybody breaking top fire, and rank, and nobody's answering me. I'm like, go get it. You need to finish up the year at least that you feel that you gave up your best. You don't want to feel and then you gave up at 1 o'clock. No, give your best. She called me one more time, like 7 o'clock at night, and she's like, nobody's answering me. I'm gonna stay with 3,000 in Bali. I feel bad. Thank you for answering me all these times. And I was like, okay, you're giving up. That's fine. I understand. But next month, go and get it. All right. She said, okay. All right, cool. This is what happened. 2 months later, it was February 28th, right? February 28th. She calls me, 9 a.m., 3,000 in Bali. And she says, Ivan, she called me Mr. Ivan. So it's Mr. Ivan, this month, I'm going to go and Sapphire. What do you suggest I do? And I was like, this is deja vu. This is like 2 months ago. That was the same call. And I told her, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you 2 months ago. It's not going to change. What I told you. And she said, go and get it. I was like, yep, that's what I'm going to tell you. You need to go out and get it. Get all the calls. And I told her the same thing, go and get it. And she said, okay. And she hung up. That day we had a weekly event in the city. And it was like a 300, 400 people event. And it was, and she comes in, I remember we closed out the event, the presentation, it was like 10 o'clock at night, California time, Pacific time. And she approaches me and she's like, Ivan, I am $2,000 away in volume to get to Sapphire. I looked at her and I said, go and get it. And she says, okay. She turned around and she left. An hour later, she calls me up and she says, Ivan, it is done. I'm a new Sapphire. We celebrated her. She actually achieved Emerald in that rank. I was so proud of her, 54 years old when she achieved Emerald. It was so amazing. And I asked her after, right? Like days after. And I was like, what was the difference? Her response, I went and get it. That was her response, you know? And she said, I understood what you were trying to tell me. I understood. And it took me a while. It took me 2 months, she said. But I understood. It was about me making a decision. And I said, yep, that's what it was. So I told her, I was basically looking for you to focus on the rank and not focus on where you were. Go and get it. It's yours. Because wherever you focus goes, energy flows. So when we are 2 days basically away from closing this month, right? Because we are basically 2 days away from closing, 2 days and 3 hours maybe from closing this month. I highly suggest, if you're not a champion, start believing champion. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you achieve it or not on the physical world, right? Maybe you are like this lady, Natalia, that's her name, that you work so hard this month and you believe it is possible. And it doesn't matter, you at least gave your best. And maybe if you fall short, it doesn't matter because maybe in a month or 2 months, you developed the being under pressure part. And now you achieve it. It's like in sports. Maybe you guys follow sports or no, right? But I do follow sports a lot. I'm a sports. I love sports. Just to be frankly honest, for 6 years, I never watched sports when I was going towards diamond and towards millionaire status. That was one of the things I eliminated completely from my life. So I never watched Super Bowl, NBA Finals, World Series, World Cup, nothing like that. After those 6 years, now I go to any major event I desire in my life. That was a decision I decided to do, you know, because I decided to focus that energy into growing, right? But that was a decision I did. But anyways, I'm saying this because she focused, right? And I'm saying this because in the sports world, maybe you guys have heard about teams that maybe they become the number one seed or number two seed, for example, in any sport, doesn't matter, any sport. And then maybe for some reason, um, they didn't achieve the NBA finals or the Super Bowl or whatever. And the reason was because they weren't ready. They didn't have the experience, you know? And I truly believe that. Like, I remember a couple of years ago in the NBA, the Utah Jazz finished number one seed, right? And they were eliminated quickly, right? Because they didn't have the experience. It's that simple, you know? And that traditionally happens with the first time you go to very high seeds and you never went too deep in the playoffs, for example. And that's what maybe happens to a lot of people, you know, not everybody. There's some people that really achieve champion on the first month. That's amazing. Like first month ever in network marketing champion. That just happened in Chile in December. We had a lady that signed up 2 days before the Columbia convention that Anthony was there. She flew in, her first event ever. She was so excited that she closed champion. And I told the story wrong, actually. She closed champion in November. She closed sapphire in December. It was amazing. First MLM company in her life. It was amazing. But I know on the other side, there's people that go to the event and they finish, and maybe the 1 month they're very close to champion, and they sometimes they give up, or sometimes they don't give that extra. But it is that extra effort that you need to give. So this month, again, it doesn't matter if you are whatever amount of volume weight. Champion is possible. Champion is only 5,000 in bonds. You gotta see it that way. It is only 5,000. It is not a lot. How can you achieve 5,000? Well, you can achieve 5,000 by signing up, you personally, two personals, and those personals sign up too, right? That is with Premier Pack, for example, and that will be essentially champion. Now you want to do it with essentials. Let's do an example. You sign up 6 essentials, and out of those 6, 2 of those 6 sign up too. So that is 10 people with essential. So you sign up 6, and those 6 sign up too. 10 times 600, 6,000, champion. So it's not impossible. It is possible. Like, if you believe it, you will achieve it. Whatever happens and stays in your mind, it will stay in your hand. You will see it. Whatever you believe, you can achieve. So you start with that. You have the plan, right? And now take action on the plan. Plan, action plan, and take action on the plan. Very simple. And one of the things that helped me, and I gotta be honest, in my 15-year career that I was a distributor, I never, ever remember to close out the month, for example, and like maybe one day after, like, damn, like missing it by a little bit on that end. Nope. I don't even remember buying products. You know, some people, oh, I'm $100 short, $300 short. I don't ever remember me buying product for me achieve a rank, that level, you know, because I'm going to tell you a secret. I always believe that if you shoot for the moon, you'll stay in the stars. So that's why I say 10 essentials is 6,000. So 6,000, you'll achieve 5,000. But most people think 5,000. So that's why maybe some people fall short to 4,500 or 4,000. Because I never focus on a little bit, like just exactly. I never focus on minimum 5,000. I always focus on what's the maximum I can do. Like if you're an employer, you don't tell your new employee, this is the minimum you need to do. And if you are a new employee, you don't come in and say, well, what is my minimum payout? No, you normally ask like, what is the max I can get paid on? Right? You're always asking for maximums. And I expect all of you people, all of you leaders to think the same way. Why? Because you want to get paid the max. So that's the way I always built. So my obsession was always to be the best I could be. My obsession. And it is still my obsession. I haven't actually diminished that energy. I always think and ask myself the question after I give out my best. I even ask my wife after she sees me in events or she sees me taking massive action. Like I asked her, like, and not for me to know what she thinks on to make for me to feel better, but I asked her, what do you think about that presentation? What do you thought about how I did that? But it's because it's my obsession to get better. It's my obsession to achieve. It's my obsession to have those high expectations of me. Because I know if I have those high expectations of me, it is easy to ask those high expectations from you. You know, it will feel very weird for me to ask high expectations from you if I don't do the same. You know, if Anthony asked me 11 o'clock at night, then I'm like, nah, man, I'm tired, bro. I already worked this business 15 years. You go and get it. You know, that would not be congruent to my core. So, and to my obsession and to my desire, in other words. The desire is the starting point. Some years ago, somebody told me that you have a desire whenever you think about something, like above your stomach, it starts getting warm. That's what somebody once told me years ago. And I said, really? I remember asking myself, really? Because this was in English. I remember that. And he said it, and I was like, huh. And I was earning right there around 140K a month. And I started saying, okay, how do I feel? How would I feel if I help 3 to 5 people make 100K? And I'm starting to make 5 million a year. And I started feeling it. And I was like, oh shit. You know, this is strong right here. I felt it. And the only thing I started doing is getting obsessed about it. Obsession is a feeling. And you need to nurture it. It's like when you fall in love. I think all of you people, all of you leaders had at least once falling in love, right? And when you fall in love, is that feeling, and you nurture the feeling. That's the only thing. I have fallen in love with my dream and my goals. And I'm so happy that we have also David Imonite, that he's also in that level of love for 1 billion, to impact the life of 1 billion people. And that is truly amazing, and that's our focus. Now, check this out. I'm saying this because the Utah Jazz, right? Unfortunately, it didn't happen to them. But let's think about other teams. There's some other teams that have gone through the grind, like the Chicago Bulls from the 1980s, where they were beaten by the bad boy Pistons, right? But that set them up for the next year after they got beaten the last time on game 7. That set them up to go and beat the Detroit Pistons. And then not only beat them, basically annihilate them, right? That made Isaiah Thomas quit when he was like 32 years of age. That's crazy, right? They were saying he was old. They were 32, man. That was crazy. But anyways, what happened is they basically annihilated that team. What I'm saying is that set them up. All those years under pressure, all those years with that obsession, because they had an obsession, they had a desire, and they kept saying it is possible. They never stopped after 3 years of being left out in the second round or third round, in the conference final. They never said, you know what, man, it's not going to happen. No, they said, it's going to happen. It's just about when we're ready, it's going to happen. And it happened. So I'm saying that because all of you need to be saying it's going to happen. Even this month is champion, or next month, or March, or whatever. But I'm not going to put my foot off the pedal. It is a done deal because it is setting you up to be a better you, a better leader, a better skills, because that's what's going to happen. More time, more skills, more practice. Practice makes you better, and it'll set you up. Not only for next month, it'll set you up for March, for April, because it will help you on developing your habits. And your habits, you will understand to then develop also your priorities. I want to congratulate all of you to be here right now connected because you're choosing your dreams and MBU as a priority. That is a fact. If you're connected right now and taking notes, this is a priority. That is one of the things I always told myself when I was a civil engineer. I remember people used to tell me, Ivan, your plan A is civil engineer. You're making more money as a civil engineer when I got my last job. And I told them, no, don't get it wrong. Civil engineering is my plan B. My plan A, it is network marketing. In this case, plan A, in your case, because no, I'm an employee, right, of MBU, right? And in this case right now, right? I'm a 24/7 employee for an MBU. But all of you guys, MBU, it can be if this is your only business, your only income, this is your plan A, of course, that's it. But if you have a job, for example, you need to start considering as MBU is your plan A, because it is. Because whatever you focus as your priority will create the income of that level. That's the way it works. So I always used to say plan A, and I'm going to give you an example if you start focusing as MBU as your plan A, because I remember people used to tell me, you are, how you say this word? You are not taking care of your family. You are taking focus off your family. If you're not taking care of them, basically. You're because of this network marketing thing. You're not giving time to them. And I told them, no, don't get it wrong. It's not network marketing. No, marketing is 30, 40 hours a month. What is not giving me time to my family is that civil engineer thing. Those 50, 60 hours a week, that's what's taking time away from my family. So I made a logical decision. And I even told my family and friends and whoever said something like that, no, it's not network marketing taking away time. It is my job. And then they will say, well, but the money. Exactly. It is also the job that's going to right now help me on my business. That money is helping me on my business. But once it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times more, this is when I'm going to quit. And that's what happened. Once I started making 20K a month, I quit. This is the crazy thing, guys. I made MLM so much of my priority. I made the numbers. As a civil engineer, I would have probably made close to $2 million in my lifetime. Okay? 1.5 to 2 million in my lifetime, not per year or anything like that, in my lifetime. Okay? And of course, like 30% to taxes, right? Anyways. But as network marketer, as a distributor, I made 75 million. That is, my best month was 2.4 million. So check this out. In 1 month, I made more than what I would have made in my lifetime as a civil engineer. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? That's what this industry does. So this industry pays off crazy. But you need to go out there and pay off also. You know, that's how it is. All right. This is the best industry. But you need to be the best of you in all the senses. Best energy. Leaders, what they have? Amazing energy. Great charisma, right? You know, great posture, great self-confidence, you know, amazing personality, you know, great, they smile with great energy. They're excited. They develop skills. You know, they understand and they're not the best ever. They're the best of them, if you understand what I'm saying. And every day you're better than yesterday. That's what happened to me. You're seeing me right now, and I'm not a finished product. But you should have seen me in chapter 1 on the first page. You would have never imagined that's event Tapia 2024. There's no way. And there's no way because nobody thought about it. Not even me, I gotta be honest. On my first day, thinking where I am today, hell no, there's no way. I would have wrapped it up in chapter 5. You know, this is good. I'm out, you know. But I'm in chapter 15, year 15. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's keep it going. You know, excited. So that helps a lot because Anthony wanted me to talk about how important it was to go in depth in your organization. And to be honest, in my first 6 years, that was maybe one of the top 5 reasons why I made $4 million in my first 6 years, going in depth. I learned the 3 rules of building, which I actually call them the 3 rules, but then I have a 4th one, right? And I'll share it to you guys. And the first rule is one sign up is not a sign up, or one direct is not a direct until he signs up too. I'm pretty sure you maybe heard David or somebody talk about this. One sign up is not a sign until he has 2, right? And a sign up, a direct is not really a line of business until they go 4 levels deep. So 4 levels deep means that I'm just going to do an example, right? So you guys understand. Let's say I signed up Anthony, and Anthony signs up Coach Anna. Coach Anna is my 2nd level. Coach Anna signs up Larry. Larry's my 3rd level. Larry signs up Travis. Travis is my 4th level. So I need to go 4 levels deep. The easiest and fastest way to go a level deep is go 1 level deep every week. So that means if I sign up Anthony this week, I need to go 1 level deep of Anthony next week, because the level of commitment of Anthony is going to last if he's a new person. I'm not talking about this current Anthony. I'm talking about a brand new person coming into the business, because this Anthony is a high-level, intense leader, and this will never happen to him, right? But a brand new person, 24/7 to 72 hours, my focus is that person to see money, cash, something that is happening in his back office, that is showing that he's making money. If that happens, he's going to go fast. If that doesn't happen, he maybe starts slow. That doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that he's maybe becoming a diamond or a champion or whatever. It just matters or states that it's way easier and faster if I help Anthony make money in the first 1 to 3 days, or at least make his first presentation the first 1 to 3 days. And we take out his list, the Power 30 list. We call them, we get 5 to 10 people to show up. 1 to 3 people sign up. That's the averages. That's the law of averages. So I go 1 level deep. Let's say that one person is Anna. So that in 1 week, you know, Anna signs up. And in reality, if Anthony's invited 30 and he signs up 1, and Anna just signed up, let's be honest, who's more excited, Anthony or Anna? In this example, Anna. Anna's excited. Anna's like, hell yeah. You know, I'm gonna sign up in this business. How does it work? You know, oh, you invite 25 to 30. I showed the same thing. Anthony's like, oh my God, because I'm going to tell Anthony, we need to invite another 25 to 30, Anthony, and we need to talk to all those people that didn't show up, and we need to give follow-up to those people, invite them to an event. And Anthony, if he's not ready, he's going to be like, all right, man, let's go. Right? And Anna's gonna be like, yeah, let's go. I'm excited. Let's go. Next week happens, and then Anna has his 10 people show up. Let's say 3 sign up, right? And then Anthony sees like, oh my God, I got 3 people under Anna. Then Anthony starts getting excited. Then Anna's like excited. I got 3, woo, right? And now we're helping Larry, right? And Larry, same thing, same example. Let's say Larry signs up only 1. And now Travis signs up. Larry's like, oh shit, man, only 1, right? But now Anthony is excited, but he's like, damn, man, this Ivan, he's a killer, man. I only put him under Anna. I need to get more people in front of, hey, Ivan, right? He's gonna help you like crazy. That's awesome. Okay, cool. 4 levels. Here's the key. In these 4 levels, you will find a champion. That's how it works. In these 4 levels, you will find a champion. And if maybe Anthony, it is maybe Anna, it is maybe Larry, it is maybe Travis, but I'll find the champion. And here's the key. I need to do it 4 more levels below that champion. So it may happen that Travis will say, okay, let's go. And it'll maybe go next level, Antoine. That'll be 5. Next level, let's go with Claudia. That'll be level 6. Next one, let's go to Kendall. That'll be level 7. And then the last one will go to Michael. That'll be level 8, for example. So 8 levels. So there's 3 levels, but here's the key, guys. Here's the 4th one I was going to say. The width gives you the income. The depth gives you the security. And that's how it works. If you think it out, because I always teach people, don't treat network marketing as an MLM, as a network marketer. Treat network marketing as a business owner. I am a business owner that decided to build network marketing. So if I'm a business owner that decided to build network marketing, I'm a business owner that decided to build an MBU. That is different. And that's my belief. And I desire to all of you to have that mentality, that this is the business. It's a change exactly of perspective. Change your perspective. Change your life. 3rd law is a direct. It's not a team until that team goes 8 levels deep. Okay? That's the 3rd law. Now, we understand it's those eight levels. Here's the key. In those 8 levels, there's gonna be a ruby to a diamond. Boom. Bottom line. That's how it works. It's done deal. And I remember we built diamonds in the 16th levels, you know? So you go in depth and your business is gonna be very secure. So every time signer signs up, who's the people that they have? Go in depth. That's the way I develop a solid business. Why is the depth important? But why did I say the would give you the income? Why did I say that? Well, very simple. Let's say Starbucks, there's no Starbucks in the US. Let's just say that. And that's for the example. And there's one Starbucks in the US and you are the owner. All right, who would like to be the first owner of the first Starbucks in the US, right? So that first Starbucks, let's say, is giving you 20K a month in income to you, just for the sake of the example. Now, here's the question. What is more easier to build for a 40,000 income? To get that Starbucks, to develop leadership to 40,000, or to start a new location with a new Starbucks and get that Starbucks to 20K? What is the easiest way? Example 1, option 1, or option 2? Option 2, way easier, right? Because you can only squeeze that much juice from an orange, you know? It's that simple. And in leaders, sometimes leaders get satisfied, comfortable. Sometimes leaders don't want to give that extra work. You know, sometimes leaders just say, "Oh, I'm okay with 500,000, 3,000. So I'm okay with that." You know, well, I'm okay going slow. And in your mind, you're like an obsession and desire, like, slow? Are you kidding me? Let's go fast, man. You know, do you understand what opportunity we are in? And we are 15 months in. I mean, opportunities like this in the industry maybe don't happen every 10 years. You know, I'm not going to wait another 10 years for something like this to happen. There's only 17 companies in the world in the history of network marketing. 17 that are $1 billion a year business in an 80-year industry. Only 17. So maybe I said 1 in 10. Okay, let's say 1 in 8. 1 in 8 years, maybe, that this happens. And we are at the beginning. Are you kidding me? Maybe you're like that. Maybe you're like me on that, right? But that's the way I felt. That's the way I always felt. That's why I went in depth. That's why I tell you guys, I'm going to be in Miami. I'm going to be Orlando. I'm going to be in LA on the 1st because I'm trying to. David is trying to see also. Anthony's trying to see also. Where are people with hunger? Where are the hungry people? Where are the people who are teachable and coachable? They're obsessed. They're willing to take this to the next level. That if I do this call until 3 a.m., you guys are gonna be there here. If I say it's a staring contest to see who's gonna go diamond, and you're gonna be here, whatever it is, you're going to do it because you're teachable and coachable. Okay? And oh, you're tired, but your mind cannot be tired and your heart cannot be tired. Physically can be controlled with your mind. You know, if I focus on, man, man, it's 11, 12 o'clock at night. Man, I started working basically since 10. Damn, man, I haven't stopped. You know, I worked 14 hours. No, hell no. I have no time to think about that. That will take my energy down. That will drain my energy. You know, I need to say, damn, well, what else? What else? What else can we do? The last one. Who really wants to go diamond? That's the question. Who really wants to go diamond? And here's the thing. Let's change it off. Who needs to go diamond? Because everybody wants. Like if I ask, who wants to be a millionaire? Everybody. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Who needs to be a millionaire? Who desires to be a millionaire? Who's going to put the will to be a millionaire? I will be a diamond. I am a diamond. You know, I will be a diamond. It's done. I would like to be a diamond. I want to be a no. Words matter. You know, and however you use your words are gonna matter. Because words then, if you say it the most and then you start getting committed to people, hey, if you say you're a diamond, you're committed to go to a live convention. You're committed to go to the live convention May 24 in Atlanta, Georgia. You're committed. And if you're a diamond, you're committed to loan and you got 4 months to prove it. I'm gonna give those numbers. Take notes of this. You want to be a solid champion? At least, minimum, you need to have 5 people going to that event with you. 5 people, 5. Specifically, 2 different lines, 5 people. 2 different lines, 5 people. Not 5 of the same line. 2 different lines, minimum 5 people. You want to be a sapphire, solid sapphire. 3 lines, 10 people. 3 lines, 10 people. You want to be a ruby? 25 people. 4 lines. You want to be an emerald? 50 people. 5 lines. That's what I believe. Diamond, 100 people. 100. And yes, you guessed it right if you said 6 lines. That's what I believe. A line can be one person. So maybe you only buy one person, you see what I'm saying, with one ticket. That's it, maybe. Maybe so one line can be one person, but then the other 5 need to have 99 people. That's the way it works. Now, here's the key. If you're a champion or a diamond, whatever it is, of the amount of tickets I said, but right now you're still not a champion, for example, and the tickets are in promotion right now, as you guys know, because tickets are going to go up. So what will be a smart champion to do? To buy those 5 tickets right now because they're in promotion. If I was you and building as a distributor, you know what I would do? Everybody in my organization who signs up with Premier, I will give him the ticket. I have your ticket. I'll maybe not give him. I have your ticket. Don't worry. I got you. And you have it. And you'll give it to them in Atlanta, Georgia. Very simple. That's your gift because you came in as a Premier. It's an amazing gift. It's the smartest way to give a gift because you're giving a gift to a person that is putting the effort, the commitment with a high pack. That's how it is. And honestly, we need to stop thinking maybe, and I don't know if I was you guys, but I was talking to some people the other day, and they're like, man, $11.97 for Premier? What are you talking about? That's cheap. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying this for you, but I was like talking to this guy, and it's like $11.97. What do you think is $11.97? It's expensive. For who? I told him, for who? It's like, for everybody. No. It's only expensive for people that don't have $11.97. How old are you? I asked him. He said 30. How do you feel that after 12 years that you were able to work, you don't have $11.97? He said, bad. I'm like, are you tired of feeling bad? Yeah. Well, stop changing that $11.97. It's expensive. It's not even your rent, dear God. Doesn't make sense. And then in the US, product. Jesus Christ, you get. So I told the people, $11.97 and you get product. Jesus, it doesn't work. You get healthy a whole year. Stop it. Stop it. Stop making excuses. You have excuses or you have results. You know? And the thing is, I told this leader, you're giving the people options. People are gonna take the path of least resistance. Right? I'm just saying facts that I would say if I'm the distributor, because that's how I build. That's how I build. I said at the beginning, I'm a high expectation, high results, intense guy. I love it, and I love people, and because I love people, I'll tell you the truth. Maybe you won't like it, but I'll tell you the truth. I'd rather tell you the truth and you understand that I tell you because I love you. They tell you that that's okay. I understand it's expensive. Woo! I don't remember right now how much is the ticket for a live, but well, the ticket it's cheap. We cannot make it even a better offer right now. So live tickets. I suggest all of you guys take advantage. Here's my last thing on my last nugget on the event. In my 15-year, I've never seen a diamond being built with him never going to events. Never. Never in my 15-year career. But in my 15-year career, I always seen the diamonds that were the people that went to most events. That's the truth. So if you want to really become free, have freedom in your life, for me, that's diamond, freedom. For me, that's what diamond means, freedom. And if you want to be having freedom in your life, well, start taking actions of freedom and you'll become free. Congratulations to all of you. Very excited. And I would love to see most of you give out your best for the rest of the month. And I'll be so excited to see Anthony and and leaders promoting all the new ranks and seeing you in the chats or seeing you in the champion chats. That'll be so amazing to have you guys there. We need more champions. We have spaces to people to go champions and sapphires and ruby and emeralds, and we're looking for those new diamonds in the Anthony's group. So put your flag and say, I'm in. I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm committed to go to that level. And I know that Anthony is committed. I know Anthony is willing to go anywhere for you guys. And so congratulations to everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Miami. I'll see you guys Wednesday in Orlando. If you guys got people in Los Angeles February 1st, I'll be there and we'll be traveling around. Congratulations to people say that I'm committed. And congratulations to everybody who was in this call for the whole hour. Congratulations. That is the priorities. Thank God. God bless. Congratulations to everybody. That's what I'm talking about. I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm committed. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So let's finish off January strong. Let's go and get it. It is possible. God bless. See you guys at the top at the Diamond Club. Thank you very much.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Ivan. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and let's just keep dropping I'm committed right here just for Ivan. Thank you, Ivan, for one more time. I mean, my notebook is filled with like 8-9 pages of notes. Let's show our gratitude, or let's show our gratitude to Ivan, not just dropping I'm committed on the chat, but coming out of this call and really being committed to being free, to say, yo, I'm gonna go diamond, I'm gonna commit, I'm gonna put in the work. He showed us the 4 levels, right? I see Ve por él. They're dropping Ve por él on the chat box. But thank you, Ivan, one more time. Appreciate you for your time. I know you're very busy, and you just putting the time aside for us. It really means a lot, and we're going to show you with our actions, right, that we are committed and we are going to develop diamonds right here in this organization. So thank you, Ivan, one more time. Appreciate you. And everybody, let's have a wonderful rest of our night, and let's close out the month strong. Let's go.